Late in 2021, we were given an exciting opportunity to do a floor system that was very challenging in Wilmington, Massachusetts. I looked at this building from the outside and I knew, without going in it, that there was going to be a moisture issue in the building. In many industrial parks, we see buildings that were placed in wetlands, and the wetlands still exist around the buildings. That usually tells you, in buildings that are more than 30, 40 years old, that you're going to have moisture problems. Well, sure enough, when we got in the building, the demo was ongoing and the odor of mold was very strong. We subsequently did moisture tests and we did core tests, and we found a very contaminated concrete slab. Not only was moisture excessive, but we had an excessive amount of sodiums in the floor that creates a pretty difficult situation for any floor finish to survive. We took the project to Duraflex, which is our preferred manufacturer, and they declined to give us warranty on anything they had. So we went to Sherwin Williams. Sherwin Williams has a system which they refer to as ResuFloor, which is a reservoir of coatings that can absorb moisture and mitigate even the worst moisture and sodium situations. So we subsequently submitted and were approved to apply this coating system in January. Along with the excessive prep work that this floor required, a lot of mastics and topical materials were on the floor to level the floor that we had to remove to expose the concrete. We also had the gauntlet of other contractors to work around, having to divide it into 3 equal spaces and execute the entire project over 4 weeks. All of which happened, and the floor is a decorative chip blend floor that sits above a ResuFloor from Sherwin Williams, and we managed to get a 5-year warranty from Sherwin Williams on moisture, which is very good. So the project is one of the better ones that we've had in recent years as far as meeting a challenge and having a really good result in the end. So this project in Wilmington was 22,000 square feet. It was given to us to remove all of the existing remaining materials on the floor to expose the concrete. This required diamond grinding with fairly heavy floor grinders and hand edge grinders. Subsequently, after we exposed the entire floor and got a clean looking concrete, we took the extra step to shot blast the floor to give it a very deep profile. We did a very slow walk behind shot blast that exposed the aggregate layer of the concrete and removed some of the sodium contaminants in the cap. Subsequent to that, we applied a Sherwin Williams breathable prime coat. The concept of this is that it will allow the moisture to pass through and go into the next layer of coatings. It's not a barrier to moisture. It actually allows the moisture to come right through. We mix sand with the exact same product that we used as a primer to make basically a breathable slurry, but because it's got sand in it, it will cause moisture to be refracted somewhat, misdirected. So the vapor emission, instead of going straight up through subsequent coatings, it is diverted and diminished. We did do a single broadcast of decorative chip into the ResuFloor, and then we placed a clear 100% epoxy grout coat over that and broadcast into that again. So this is a double broadcast chip blend floor. The cove base that's integral to this system is 6 inches high. That also receives 2 broadcast coats of chips, decorative chips. Subsequent to the second broadcast of chips, we used the same epoxy to grout in and seal the decorative chip. And then finally, we do an aliphatic urethane top coat, chemical resistant, that gives it a very uniform appearance and will hold up to some of the more aggressive cleaners they may have to use or some of the chemicals that can spill onto the floor in the labs. It is a very decorative, very attractive, not inexpensive, but a pretty solid solution to what is not too uncommon a problem, but in this case, they really had the most extreme problem that we've encountered with sodium. I want to say about moisture and sodium, which is a fairly common problem that we have in New England, where we have a lot of ground moisture and we have a lot of sodium in our concretes from various different sources. And when it becomes excessive at the cap, sodium can accelerate the moisture vapor emission problem. And for every floor finish, from carpet to tile to sheet goods and including coatings, this has been an ongoing problem. And this particular coating system attempts to resolve that problem in every case. We're going to be watching this floor. This is the first time that we've applied it, and this is the most severe case we've encountered. So it was a great test for us. And the tenant is in there for 5 years, and we got them a 5-year warranty. So it was a pretty good combination of services that we were able to provide them. But we also are watching this floor. We'll be looking at this floor every 6 months. We're really looking for evidence that it's working and that it resolved the problem. If it does, I think we're going to see it as the solution going forward for sodium-contaminated, high vapor emission floors.